I think I'm live. Let me check the chat and see here. Let me see. Well, I'm not sure. Okay, yes, I'm here. Hello. Hi, Curtis, and hi, Biz. How is everybody doing today? Yeah, it's been one of those days, but I will say I've had a great weekend up into a certain point. We'll get into that in just a second. I am in my office. I'm not sure. I think I look a little shiny on here, and that's because John brought in a light for me because apparently I wasn't getting enough light in here. So anyways, yeah, so I'm a little bright, just a little bright. You might hear a few things in here, and that's because I have things set up a little differently because I have to keep my one door blocked off to the kitchen because the cats can't jump on the new countertop or island top that was made, and it needs like 7 days to cure and all that stuff. So they have to be in a different part of the house, and my office has two rooms on it, or two doors on it. So I have the door open on one side with a gate so Reno doesn't come in here and chew on my monstera plant, but Tess can go through easily and Honey can jump over, and it's a whole thing. But this is the section of the house where the AC is not good. It's kind of not working. So that's not good at all. But because I was using the other door and keeping the one door shut, I was getting AC from the other unit of the house, because we have three units, and it's the one unit that's connected to like my office is the one that really, it's for the part of the house we just don't use that much, and it's just not that big of a deal. So we're working on it, but it's not priority right now. Anyways, so yes, let me say hi to, let me see here. I see KJ is here. Hello, welcome, and Finsanity. Hey, Joe. And Susie Q and James Green and Dre, thank you for coming. I really appreciate having you guys here. And thank you all for the happy birthday wishes. It's kind of funny because yes, today is my birthday, but I feel like it was yesterday. I feel like we celebrated it yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. My daughter and her boyfriend came here from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is, believe it or not, same state, but she's the one that's farther away than anybody else because we're so opposite. It's a wide state. So anyways, yeah, they came here Friday night, and yesterday they decorated the kitchen. They did a under the sea theme, and she played the music from Little Mermaid, and it's so cute, and little bubbles hanging from the ceiling. And I got a coconut cake, which was super yummy. And anyways, they did a wonderful job decorating. It made me feel so special. And they got me a bag. It's for the gym. It's a gym bag. It's really, really nice. And she knows that I have been wanting to get back into that since my surgery. So yeah, I have no excuse now. I have a gym bag. It's official. I have to get back in the gym. So they did all that. We had dinner, and then last night we went to the movies in our little town. It's a cute little movie theater. Only has two like movie areas, because it used to be a real theater back in the day where people would come and they would they performed on stage, like real life performance. That was the theater back in the day. So this was back from like late 1800s it was built. Well, since now we have movies and movie theaters, they split it down the middle. They put like a wall down the middle. No, Tess. They put a wall down the middle, and so they split it up into 2 movie theaters, and it's small. It's very small, but we watched Nobody 2. And that was great. I loved it. It was wonderful. And the awesome thing about this movie theater is it's so cheap. You're not spending a lot of money. Popcorn is cheap. Nobody's really there. I don't even know how they stay in business because it's never crowded. It's so friendly. People are really nice. As long as you're not going to see a movie where there's going to be the teenagers there that don't care. But this was a good movie. I really enjoyed it, and we had a lot of fun. We came back, we ate cake, and then John, no Tess, no ma'am. Then John gave me my birthday present. It was a cat stroller, super cute, and I've always wanted a cat stroller because, I've got, she's being bad. I've got cats that haven't, they shouldn't go back outside if you bring them in anyways, but they want to be outside of the laundry room and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to take them for walks. So I can't wait to get them out there. I took Robin for a walk today. She was not very happy about that. But, yeah, we're going to get her used to that. She's going to love going for walks. Honey liked being in the stroller. She let me stroll her around the house. She enjoyed it, didn't you, honey? She loved it. So yeah, I love my cat stroller. It's an awesome present. Let's see here. Hi Sally, Nick, and Vibes, and hey Sherry. Hi Law. Want to make sure I say hi to everybody. Thank you so much. And Curtis, you asked about the popcorn. Good popcorn. Honestly, it's probably not my favorite popcorn. It's good, but it's not like, movie theater popcorn. It is movie theater popcorn, but it's just not as good. I don't know why. It's just not. Tess, stop it. You be a good girl. I feel like I got a cat hair on my nose now. But anyways, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And, we celebrated my birthday yesterday instead of today. And then they got up this morning, they went to church, and then they came back. We tried to watch Superman on Amazon Prime, but it wasn't acting right. So they did something that they needed to do with John. And then they left. So they ended up, Tess, stop it. Here, have a toy. They ended up leaving, and then that's when I decided I needed to go to the store and get a few things because I had been not doing a lot of that kind of thing. And so I decided I need to go to the grocery store and, here Tess, here, get the mousies. Get the mousies. Here. Anyways, I decided I needed to go and get a few things. That was probably at, I'd say, almost, it was between 4:30 and 5. Here, honey, here's some treats. Here's some treats. So I left, and I was going down the road. I wasn't in town yet by the grocery store. I was passing a gas station that is a gas station I always look over because in the parking lot there's always cats, and I've just felt bad for them, because I know that there's a colony of cats over there that need help. What's up? I'm too shiny. Hold on. My lights and camera guy is here. Oh. Now it's dark. Oh. Is that better?
can't see it on here yet.
Oh. I think it's fine. I don't think people care about what I look like. As long as they can see the cats and they pop up, right?
It's your computer screen that's doing it.
Oh. Okay.
So just turn the brightness down on the computer screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. Yeah, there you go. Now I'm white. I lost my tan. Alrighty. Well, so anyways, I'm going to get back to my story.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you for making me not so shiny. So yeah, there's a gas station. It's called Frogs Crossing. It's on Virginia Road or Virginia Highway. Boulevard. There you go, Virginia Boulevard. It's a main road. It goes from like Gates County, Suffolk area, down through our area. It's like a main road. So it's very busy. It's a very busy road. So like I said, cats over there. There's a colony of cats. I see different colors, different sizes, different everything. You know, there's just always cats over there, and it's really been like something that's bothered me for a while now. I'm like, when I get things under control here, if that's even a possibility, you know, I want to start helping with those cats somehow, not to bring them here and do all that, but they need a TNR program. They're so bad, like nobody's fixing them. It's a problem. So, you know, I look over there like I always do, and then I look ahead because, you know, gotta keep my eyes on the road. And in the road on the opposite side that, you know, I was going, the one going this way, the one that the gas station is on, that side, a little bit farther up, there's woods, but in the road, there was a cat that had been hit. And I was like, oh no, it's one of those cats. I knew it. And I went up, and I turned around, and I pulled over, put my hazard lights on. I looked in my trunk because I had nothing in my car at that point. Like I needed something to pick this cat up out of the road. And because to be completely honest with you, I thought I was picking up a cat that had been hit and had already passed away. And I didn't want it to lay there and get hit over and over again, because that's what happens out here. People don't move animals, and they just keep getting hit until they're pancake, and that bothers me so bad. So I pulled over, did that. I locked my car, had the hazard lights on. Cars are going by and everything. And thankfully nobody had hit the cat again at that point, or me. But I got out there, and when I went to move the cat, it was still alive. And that kind of freaked me out, because I was like, oh no. Now I got to worry about causing it more pain moving it. And it was so sad, because I just couldn't pick it up the right way to move it. I had to slide it. And it was hard, because it was probably like, it was in the middle of a lane, you know, the lane closest to the side, the ditch. So I did get it over, and it just kept suffering. So I couldn't find the number for animal control. I don't even know if they have one. So I called 911, and they answered, you know, what did she say? She said, what is the address of your emergency? And I said, this is not a human emergency. I am not hurt. I'm calling because a cat got hit by a car and it's suffering. I need the number to animal control, please. She said, I can help you with that. I guess because it's a small town, they use that's I guess that's how you go through to get them, like on weekends and not during normal business hours. So she was very nice. She got all my information. I told her where I was, everything. And I said, I'm going to stay with the cat until they get here. And she said, okay. I called John. I was like, I'm on the side of the road with this cat. I don't want to leave it here. It's suffering. I want to make sure, somebody comes to get it. I knew, I was like, it was not going to make it. Even if they, I just wanted it to not suffer, have it euthanized, whatever, just not suffer. And it just kept seizing, taking a deep breath one time here and there, seizing, and it was just horrifying to watch. The animal control guy called me. He said, it's going to be about 30 minutes before I get there. And I said, this cat's not going to make it 30 minutes. I said, I'm not leaving it. I'll stay with it until it passes, but it's suffering really bad. So the sooner you can get here, the better. He said, I'm trying, I'll do my best. So he did say, if the cat passes before I get there, call the same place you called before and let them know. And I said, okay. So one of the ladies, a lady that lived close by in a house, was on the other side of the woods, the opposite side that the gas station was on. She came out and she said, is everything okay? And I said, the cat got hit. I'm waiting for animal control to come. And she was like, they're not going to come. Nobody seemed to have faith that the animal control was going to come. She was really nice. She did say that the cat was a stray, more than likely feral. It had never, or stray. I mean, it wouldn't come to her or anybody, but she had seen it around before. It was part of that colony from the gas station, and it wasn't fixed. So it was part of the problem. But she felt really bad for it too, because she's like, I've seen that cat around for like 3 years. And yeah. But she stayed out there with me and talked to me until the cat passed away. But yeah, apparently it's a big problem. It's a really big problem in that area. She said she goes over to feed the cats at the gas station sometimes because she feels so bad for them. They're like starving over there. She said she would rather see them come pick them up and be euthanized than to starve in the way that they, and get hit and everything. She said she takes food over to them whenever she can. But even for her own cat, she's having a hard time getting her 2 girls spayed because she said her daughter looked into it around here and it was $250 to spay them. And I was like, I know, I've been through it. I've had to spend that to do it. I've had to take them other places to get it cheaper. With PETA, I told her it was like $50 to do it there. Comes with vaccines and all that. And so she was very thankful that I gave her that information. We switched numbers and everything, and I am going to take her a couple bags of cat food to help with those cats. It's like the only problem I have is like if you're feeding them, you should fix them, but it's so out of control right now that it's like it's going to take a long time to get all those cats fixed. And yeah, I'm one person and I don't even know if I could tackle that and get that done. I know financially I can't because that's just too much. I'll do it if I can financially do it, especially if it's just like doing TNR. I could get them fixed. I can take 2 at a time to get them fixed. Let them heal, take them back. That's not gonna get them home and all that, but it'll help keep them from reproducing and going in the road and getting hit, you know, and hopefully get it under control. I don't even know if I don't know. I definitely would need help with other people, you know, helping too, because I got my thing going on here. So, you know what I mean? It's like I've got this, but I drive past that just like everybody else does, just like everybody would have driven past that cat and left it on the side of in the road and just kept running it over. Nobody's helping them. So I don't know. I feel like somebody needs to help, even if it's just a little bit. So I will see what I can do. But I really don't know. It's a big problem. So yeah. Anyway, Sherry said our male cat Jinx tries escaping, so a stroller keeps him happy for outside safer walks. Yay, that's awesome. I'm really excited to be able to take these cats for walks. I think they're going to really enjoy the stroller once they get used to it. Robin, she was clawing at it and lost a few nails. I felt really bad for her. I was like, okay, I don't want to stress you out anymore, so I brought her in. I think Selena would do well. She really likes being outside. So yeah, I want to try that. And then little Meow Meow and Lex, they've never been outside like that, you know, because, well, when they were born, but when I brought them in, they haven't been out since then. So I think they might enjoy it. I think what I'll do is maybe put them in 2 at a time. So maybe they'll comfort each other and they won't be stressed out like Robin was. But I think they're going to have a lot of fun. And I'll get steps in. Yeah. And hey, Mel. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Chuck's Fish. And thank you guys. Thanks, everybody, for the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that. So overall, my birthday was great. I had a great birthday. I just, you know, had something really sad happen, and you know, John always says you can't save them all, but daggone it, I want to try to do the right thing. But yeah, so something else happened, not bad, it's actually funny. I went to the store. I did finally go to the store, and I was in the cat food aisle getting some fancy feast for Honey. What are you doing? Do you want a mousey, Honey? Here. There's a mousey. There you go. I think there's catnip in these mousies because they're going nuts. Especially Tess. Silly girl. I was in the cat food aisle and this lady comes up to me with a bag of food and she goes, "Oh, you have cats, so let me ask you." And she brings the bag of cat food to me and she points out something it says. And she says, it reads, "Easy litter cleanup on cat food." And I was like, oh, that's funny. This cat food is trying to say, if you feed this food, it's easy litter cleanup. That's funny. And I told her, I said, yeah, all food's you're not gonna have pretty perfect poop in a kitty litter box just because of certain food. I said, they're all gonna poop. Cats are gonna poop. You know, I mean, some cats have digestive issues with certain foods, so they need to eat other ones to help prevent them from having like diarrhea or something. But this was 9 lives. This wasn't like a food that, you know, like, what do you call it? Science Hill diet or something. This is 9 lives. And they're advertising easy litter cleanup. That was just laughable to me. I was like, whatever. She said, oh, thank you. But, yeah. I see. Thank you, Curtis, for sharing all my links. You're so sweet. Hey, Zen. I didn't forget you. I know you're here. Hi. Zen was the first person to message me and tell me happy birthday last night. And it's so funny. I sent her, I was just so excited to show her my gift. with, you know, the cat stroller, and she was like, I think you're an hour ahead of me. I don't think it's your birthday, but just in case, happy birthday. And it wasn't yet, technically, but yeah. Thank you. Let's see. Sally said, I'm so sorry. I feel the same way about cats, along with all the other animals I see. Yeah, I don't like when animals are just left on the road to die. I do understand sometimes people might not have the stomach to turn around after they hit a cat or a dog or something and go check on them, or maybe they just don't have the heart. I don't know, but I guess it could have been someone older. They were scared to get in the road. I don't know. I really don't, but I do think that, you know, I didn't hit it, but I still stopped and got it out of the road. I really thought it was already gone, though. So that was a huge shock to me when it wasn't that. But, yeah, poor thing. I mean, at least it got a little love, even if it was the last few minutes of its life. So, anyway. So, let's see here. Sherry is asking, is your new friend connected to the neighborhood Facebook or app? She can reach out through there. Sherry, we live in a small town that I don't want to disrespect people in this town because they're good people. They really are. They're good people. And I don't want to disrespect anyone on here if they do the same thing, but where we live at, like, dogs are considered like workers. Like, you see a lot of houses have like dog pens in their backyard. The dogs aren't in the house. They're not like pets, you know, they're used for hunting or whatever, or just to have a dog in a pen in the backyard. People don't really care about cats the same way. I mean, some people have cats. They do. They have them as pets inside, but the animal shelter here has, from what I understand, improved. They're getting better. They're trying really hard to do better than they used to. Apparently, back in like the early 2000s, until I don't know exactly when this stopped. I think it's been a little while, but like 25 years ago, 20 years ago, they had a gas chamber in their shelter. You know, it was, they euthanized constantly, you know, like they had a 24-hour hold or something, and then they would euthanize cats and dogs like that. It was a kill shelter, not a no-kill shelter. So apparently that's gone now. I am on their Facebook page. I see them trying really hard. I see them posting when cats and dogs are adopted. You know, I do see them, you know, talking about, like, in October is a rabies clinic. It's $10 to get a vaccination. I think that's great. I think they're trying. They're doing better. And so I'm happy to hear about that. There was a SPCA. The closest SPCA to here is in Elizabeth City, and it got shut down. It was shut down like a week ago because of the animal neglect and the way the animals were cared for and the way they were living. So there's not even an SPCA around us now. All the cats that were in that SPCA were divided. Some went to like the Virginia Beach area shelters and stuff, and then we got like 25 of the cats at our shelter. And we already have a huge cat problem out here. So there's that. But I do see them trying, and I like that. But I feel like it takes a community, it takes more than just the animal shelter or one person that lives on a property that has a barn that they're trying to turn into a cat rescue. It takes a community. And there are a lot of people out here that just don't care. They really don't care. So there's not a neighborhood Facebook page like that. So I do know a lady who started a Facebook page a town over in Hertford, and it's called Food Lion Kitties. I joined that like a year ago. There's a lady named Joanna who started it, and she has like 4 other people that help her, which is nice. Again, it's a group of people. It's a community of people helping. They will take the cats to the vet if they find them at this Food Lion. They will, get them help. She's always on Facebook asking for money, like every day, because she has a care credit card, and it'll get up to like $1,000, and she'll be like, help me pay for it to get it down, and people on the Facebook page will help and pay for it, and it's amazing. She has she's, I think, adopted out probably, I'm gonna say 40 or 50 cats in the last year. She's doing good stuff. Unfortunately, I think she sounds like she sounds kind of bossy and stuff, and I do think people might take it the wrong way because it's through text. It's on a Facebook post. It sounds like she's constantly gimme, 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 but she's not. Like, if you're somebody who's into this and you know how much it costs and you know how much you care and you want to keep doing it and you just want to save them, but you can't do it all by yourself. If you're somebody who understands, then you wouldn't take it that way. But I could understand people who don't get it and would take it that way, because I see them complaining, and it's like, oh, she's trying here, people. She's doing good stuff. She is doing very good stuff. But yeah, we've talked on the phone before, because there was a time when I thought about going to where she's at and doing like a video, but oopsie. Stay, Tess. But really, the Food Lion Kitties is like a TNR type place by Food Lion on their property, a little section on the side of their property. But the people, like the cats that can be adopted out, like the kittens that they find that can be socialized and adopted out, she's been trying to help do that. The adult cats, if they're sociable, she'll help try to find them a home, but a lot of times they're not. So they just become TNR and they go back, which is good. They get fixed. They're not going to keep reproducing. So that's a good thing, and I really like that. But I wish I could team up with her, but she's got her own thing. She's got a lot. Only living here for 3 years, I just wish I had people I knew more out here that liked cats in this town, because I would love to have some friends and people, because like once the barn is set up, I'd love to have some volunteers, like to help with cleaning towels and cleaning bedding and scooping poop, stuff like that. It'll be so much better though, because I'll have everybody in a centralized location, and that'll be nice. Not like Honey will stay in here, and Baby Kitty and Carl will stay in the fish house. But Tess will go in the barn with the laundry room cats. I'll get Meow Meow and Batman in, even though they are TNR cats, but they're going to come in because I just want them in. And then that's when I'll be able to start really, helping more. I'll be able to start getting more cats fixed, and probably having to make most of them TNR cats. They can live on the property. They can, unless they're nice and they let me pet them and stuff. If they can be sociable, I'll bring them in to the barn. But if they're, the kind that aren't, then at least I'll get them fixed. They know they can have a place to come eat. There's outdoor shelters all over the property they're welcome to. So yeah, I think that'll be great. Any like kittens that I find, I've always been one of those people that, like, except for her, she's just a kitten that showed up, but I want to fix the moms. I don't want to take their kittens and find homes for just their kittens. I want them. I want the moms. I want them to get fixed. They're important too. They don't want to keep having cats either. So, that's my goal, is to work around me. And I'd love to be able to help at Frogs Crossing one day, if I can. I know there are a lot of kittens up there, apparently. Tamara told me that. That's the lady's name I met. But I don't want to go just take kittens. The moms need to be fixed. It's just a bad situation. It really is. What are you doing, you crazy? What are you doing? I hear you, Reno. You better leave Honey alone. Honey's sitting right here on the desk next to me, and she hisses at Tess. She goes, get out of my face. She's not very nice to her. She's not mean, but she just doesn't want to deal with her. Let's see here. Sally Nick said we have OAR up here in northern Kentucky. Ohio Alley Cat Rescue. That's really cool. I'll look into them. I bet that's awesome. Because a cat rescue really shouldn't be more than one person. It should be multiple people. It takes multiple people to do it the right way, I think. Curtis says, one of my cats has celiac, have to be careful of gluten. Oh, that's terrible. It's bad enough if you have like a kid that has that, and then you have to worry about a cat, Animals can't tell you how they feel either, and that's the bad part. Hi, Taryn, thank you. Yeah, it happens. Sally Nick said they pick them up and bring them back. Oh, okay, yeah. So they pick them up and bring them back. So it's like TNR. They pick them up, they get them fixed, and take them back. I think that's what you mean. Sherry said, yeah, farm folks live differently. They do. And you know what? They're not bad people. These are good people around me. They're very nice. But, I think cats to people around, they're a nuisance. I know they appreciate them for catching the mice, though. But yeah. Let's see. Sherry said, Tess is getting bigger and looks so healthy. Yeah, she's... Oh, no, you're going to step on everything. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's funny. I keep my keyboard in my desk drawer so that if the cats are up here walking around, they don't start ordering things or doing something they shouldn't do. And so I had the keyboard in my desk drawer, and she was up here walking around doing the things she does, and she rolled down into my desk drawer onto the keyboard, and then I had to completely shut my computer down because she messed up so much stuff. Because Tess is a mess, aren't you, Tess? Say, I'm a mess. Yeah. Yeah, you're a mess. Say hi to Honey. Honey said no. Do you guys hear Honey hissing? Are you reading the chat? Are you reading the chat? Do you guys want treats? Do you want treats? Honey, she wasn't bothering you. Stop hissing. Here. Here's some treats. Uh-oh, you know what? Reno's gonna hear it and be like, give me treats. And start meowing. Here, Tess. Here's your treats. There you go. Be good for 2 minutes. Let's see here. Biz asks, how's your asthma, kitty? She's doing much better. And I'm so happy because 2 weeks ago, I almost thought I was going to be saying goodbye to her. That was a hard week. She is doing way better. I finally figured out how to give her prednisone. They did give me the prescription in liquid, but I'm not doing it that way now because I figured out how to give it to her pill form, and I'm so excited. She likes mozzarella cheese. I figured that out. So I get mozzarella sticks. I like eating mozzarella sticks. So I didn't realize she liked mozzarella sticks until she was trying to take mine from me. And I was like, let me put the pill in it and see if this is going to work. Well, first I took a piece off. No, Tess, no. Am I still here? That's not a good girl. I took a piece off and I put the pill in it. First I took a piece off and gave it to her to see if she would eat it, and she loved it. Then the second piece, I took it off and put the pill, wrapped it in it, and she ate it. And I was like, perfect. So I keep mozzarella sticks around for her. So, yeah. Honey likes just a little bit of cheese. It won't hurt. It gets the pill in her. And she's doing... No, Tess. No, why do you want to be up here so bad? Honey doesn't want you over there. She just wants to hiss at you. You have to stay still. You have to be a good girl. She's like, nope, I just want to run around. I don't want to be good. Okay, bye. But, yes, Honey is doing good. Thank you so much for asking. Sherry says, my female cat is almost 16 and hisses at the much younger Jinx. That's so funny. Yeah, sometimes older cats are just like, I don't want nothing to do with you younger cats, you youngsters. So, we used to have a cat named Jinx, too, a long time ago. That's cute. No. Honey, Tess, you were just being a little nuisance, aren't you? I don't know why you want to be up here so bad. Biz says, thanks for the mozzarella trick. I'll keep that in mind for owners. You know what? You think that I would have already tried that, but I didn't think she liked cheese. I didn't know cats really like cheese, so. But she does. She likes the mozzarella a lot. Are you going to do it again? You are not being very good. So, how is everybody else's weekend? I've been talking about me all this time, and how are y'all doing? Have you had a good weekend? Enjoying the end of your summer, the last few weeks before it's over? I mean, you're getting ready to go in the bathroom. You are. You're going to go in the bathroom. Does anybody have kids that are going back to school or already back to school? I don't do that anymore since mine are all grown, but sometimes I miss it. I get to hear about how my grandkids' first day of school are, and, so that's nice. But I know back when I was younger, summer vacation was all the way to Labor Day. You go back to school after Labor Day. And these days, kids go back to school the beginning of August. It doesn't make any sense. It's not fair. I don't think it's fair to the parent either. I think it's kind of rude. If all families need to be on the same schedule for summer vacations, because you might visit family and you need to know, hey, be nice. You need to know if your cousin is going to be home still from summer vacation too. It just seems wrong. Curtis said, going well, added a spider plant to my tank and went to a car show. Now that sounds fun. It sounds like you go to car shows all the time, Curtis. And yours starts on August 27th. What grade is she going to be in? I know, probably like middle school, maybe? She in middle school? Sally Nick said, weather is awesome. Sally, where are you from? Like, what state? Because I know here it was so hot, but then it started getting better. I think tomorrow is going to be a little warmer than it's been this week. And then it's going to stay cooler again. And I love it so much. I like 80. I can live with 80. And then at night, it getting in the like high 60s, low 70s. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. Not going to complain. Sherry said, my daughter-in-law was on the news having a few Airbnbs in Outer Banks. Andy Fox interviewed her. Oh, really? Was it because of the hurricane? Was she on the news? How did her property do? Like, did it, survive it and not have problems? Because I saw what was going on out there, and like the evacuations at Hatteras, right? Yeah, Hatteras. That was scary. Makes me wonder, like, I could never live there, that's for sure. I'd love to go visit, and like go on vacation, but I couldn't live there. I'd be scared all the time. Biz says, hell yeah, Labor Day kid here. 80s baby, yeah. Well, I was 76. I was born in 76, but yeah, 80s, 90s, yeah. And, oh, really, Curtis, 11th grade? Oh my gosh. I thought she was younger than that for some reason, but 11th grade. Wow. You got your hands full right now. Ow, that hurts. You go down here. I'm going to start hissing at you in a minute, too. Let's see. I go to car shows to look at Kai trucks. They're the cutest little trucks ever. They really are. I think they're so adorable. I would love to have one. I'd drive it around, and I'd be proud. Sherry said, Holly went back the 29th, 11th grade this year. Aw, it's so funny. I remember you saying that you had her 48, I think you said. Because I think you were saying it last year when I was 48 and it was brought up. So I just think that's really cool. She went back the 29th in your area. So my sister-in-law said that my nephew goes back tomorrow. Ow, stop. Tomorrow, that's Suffolk County, so you're not too far. I guess, like I said, it's crazy. Everybody goes back at different times. It's just not fair. And so you're in Kentucky. Okay. Oh, Kentucky. So the weather is probably good there, huh? Is it cooler-ish there? How hot do you get in Kentucky? I mean, I'm sure you get hot too sometimes, like hot, you're not like Chicago area where it's nice and cool, or New York, but even those areas got pretty warm at times this year, especially like on the northeast. But yeah, do you get, are you more, what's the word? I don't want to say humid in Kentucky. I would think you're a little in between, not quite the dry air like California, but not as humid as like we get, or Florida, like Florida's worse, but since you're a little bit more west, you're probably not quite as humid, I think, maybe. I don't know, I could be wrong. Tess, you're being bad. That hurts. Don't bite me. She needs a kitten to play with. She's so playful. She plays with Reno sometimes, and it's kind of funny because she goes up to Reno. Reno's 6, and he was always the like kitten that didn't have a kitten after his siblings. Reno, or not, I got rid of, you know what I'm saying. I didn't get rid of them. I adopted them out. Ouch, that hurts. But you're making it impossible for people to want to adopt you. They see you being bad. But anyways, he was the kitten that played and didn't have the cat, you know, to play with him, and was bored, and I would feel so bad for him because Mama Cat just didn't want nothing to do with him either like that. And Honey was nice to him. She's always been nice to Reno. But, yeah, he's calmed down a lot. But he still lets Tess play with him, and it's adorable. Ow! It's not cute. Don't bite. I'm going to put you away. You're being mean. Go get Reno. Yeah, fall down. Anyways. They're in Kitty Hawk. Oh, okay, Sherry. So you have a daughter in Kitty Hawk. You have one in Texas and one at home. Any more? Sally said that's how it is 80s and tonight 60s. Oh, perfect weather. That's so perfect. Sherry said the 19th, not 29th. Oh, okay. So last week she went back. Taryn said weather was ridiculously hot and of course dry, but strangely it's been humid. It's cooling off from northern Colorado. Oh, yeah, Colorado. I would think it would have been a little bit more cooler, dryish, right? I don't. Okay, Tess, you are starting to get on Honey's nerves too. I'm going to take a moment and go put Tess away because she's being a little booger and her nails, her teeth are sharp. I'll be right back. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. All right, sorry about that, but she was tearing me up. That hurt, and she never acts like that. So I don't know what her problem is. I think she just like stop sitting there, get up, and play with me. Because she likes me to use the light thingy, and she chase it and everything. Okay, Sherry said I was 48. Yes. Number 6. Oh, okay. So, all right. I get that. I mean, we had 5 altogether, so that was fun. I can't imagine though. So, if you were 48 when you had her, how old was the youngest? So, like, what's the difference between the youngest and her? Was it like starting all over again? Because that's the part I'm like, I can't imagine. Let's see. Sherry said, sorry hitting wrong letters and numbers here. I will be driving to Kentucky end of October. Danville. Oh, okay. That'll be fun. Kentucky is, I don't think I've ever been to Kentucky. No, I went to Tennessee. I've never been to Kentucky. I'd like to go to Kentucky. We know people in Kentucky that we'd like to visit, but maybe one day. Yeah. Let's see here. No rain this week and 70s. Oh, Sally, you got perfect weather. Sherry said 3 girls and 3 boys for me, all out raising their families. Holly is home. Aw, that's so sweet. I miss mine. I do miss them being home. So I just went ahead and started collecting cats. I want to adopt Tess. Ow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She wasn't like selling herself very well here, you know? Like people are like, I don't want that cat. She's mean. But no, she really is a sweet cat. That surprises me that she was behaving that way. But, you know, cats. Sherry said, hi, I want her so bad. Okay. You can have her. Her and Jinx would have a field day every day here. Yeah, Yeah, she would be fun for somebody, especially if you already have a cat that's energetic like her. That's what she needs, is someone energetic like her to play with. Because most of them now, even the youngest of the kittens that are adults now, Meow Meow, no, Little, Lex, and Willow, they're all, they're two, but they're calm and they're used to each other. And they're just not into all that. Now, Lex will sometimes play with her. Like, he tolerates her and he'll come out and kind of play with something that she's playing with. Not so much play together, but they kind of play around each other, I guess you could say. And it's cute. So, and that's funny because Lex is named after Lex Luthor, and Tess is named after Miss Tessmacher. So they should be friends. They should be boyfriend and girlfriend, Anyways. Okay, so Sherry, you're saying that your youngest was 15 when your baby was born. Wow. But was it a girl that was 15 that wanted to help? Because that would be nice. Curtis said, I have an aunt and cousin in Kentucky. And yes, you do already have a diva from me. You have Carla. And Sally said, I'm north of Louisville. Fun. That's so cool. Taryn said, I want to move to Arkansas. Is that how you say it? Because I want to say Arkansas, but I feel like that's wrong. It's Arkansas. I want to move to Arkansas after visiting Hot Springs, Arkansas once a few years back. The people are so nice and lots of little churches. The weather is pretty sunny and I think gardening would be better. Oh, yeah, I bet. I mean, I've never been there either, but I bet that would be nice. And I do like the little churches. The little churches, like nostalgic type little churches. Not that big churches are bad, but if you're one of those people that, have a problem being around a lot of people or, you just don't like big crowds, even though it's not meant to be a place to go to and feel that way, when you're there, I can understand it though, because I've always liked little churches too. I think it's a little bit more personable. Sherry said, Sally, I may fly if weather is bad on the roads then into Lexington. And Sally said, my cats are all getting old. Isn't that sad, Sally? It sucks. It's the only part about having pets is that they get old. And that means that one day they're not going to be here. And, like what happened with Mama Cat, she was only 6. So I thought I had more time with her. So that one took me by complete surprise. So now I'm just like trying to enjoy them every day. Like, because you just never know. Even with with people, and cats are the same way. They don't all live a long life. So you got to enjoy them while you have them and love them. And if they do live for a long time and they do get old, then they are blessed. They've had a great life. They were lucky to find an owner to love them and take care of them and not be on the streets or, left to be a stray cat and fend for themselves, never getting fixed or fed or anything. So that's how I look at it, Even with Mama Cat, she might have only been 6, but she had 6 good years with me, that's for sure. Sherry said, yes, the one who just had her first baby in July, Tamara. Oh, her name's Tamara too. That's so funny. I was just talking about the lady I met today with the cat. Her name was Tamara. Aw, that is so sweet. Or as she insists, Tammy. Oh, I guess, yeah, you could say Tammy for short for Tamara. I never thought about that. Let's see. Curtis says, you give them the best life you can. Yeah, it's about all you can do is give them the best life you can. And Sally said, yeah, I've lost 3 in the past 2 years. 1 had diabetes. That's so sad. Speaking of diabetes, I need to take Reno to the vet. He's just getting so fat, like overly fat. I wonder about him. He's different, and he meows a lot, like he's got anxiety, and I just think it's time to get him in there and get checked to just make sure, because I don't think he's supposed to be as big as he is, and I try to keep him on a diet. I've tried so hard, but he will go to, like, if there's a bag of dry food that's not open yet, but it's like I have this one section in my kitchen. It's like a little cubby area. It's like where you're supposed to put a chair at for a desk, basically, but it's in the kitchen and it's got cabinets and everything. I think it was meant to be like a desk area. Well, I keep cat food in there, dry cat food, bags of dry cat food, and they're not all open, only open one at a time, but he'll go and just eat through the bag and eat it. It's like, I can't win with you. When I try to put you on a diet to help you by giving you like special wet food and stuff to help you try to lose weight, you're just gluttonous. He goes and he eats, he chews through food or bags to eat the food, and it just drives me crazy. Anyway. See here. Terrence said, focusing on your loved ones is a great way to live. Absolutely. And they appreciate it too. Cats know. They're smart. They know when they know. So I would think that especially if you bring them from the streets, they know that they've got it way better than they did out there. So Sally said, shots twice a day and finally gave up. Oh, gosh. That's tough. How did you give a cat shots twice a day? That had to have been... You couldn't have done it by yourself, did you? I mean, did you have somebody at least help you? I know, gosh, trying to give honey breathing treatments was, again, painful. Like, I got scratched up. Trying to, it's hard giving animals medicine, but a shot, I would have a hard time with that. Not that I don't mind getting shots for myself, but for them to move around. I have a cat that I have to give eye drops sometimes, and it's like, ugh, that's not easy, putting eye drops in a cat's eyes. Sherry said, I raised a beautiful boy who was diagnosed with diabetes at 18 months. Oh. Son number 3. I used to have to chase him with needles and blood testing equipment. Cats must hate it too. Oh, jeez. Yeah, diabetes is not good for cats or humans. Oh, wow. So insulin for cats must be pretty expensive, huh? I mean, I wonder, if it's like what they did with honey with the inhaler. Was it like human grade and they just gave you smaller amounts to make it for the cat, for the cat to be able to have it, like a much smaller dose? Because things are expensive, whether you're an animal or a human. Nothing is affordable in this world. Curtis said, one of my cats had diabetes. Distract with cream in between the shoulder blades. But you know what? It just, it's hard to distract. After a while, they get smart and they figure it out. And then you have to find another way to distract. And I can't even imagine a 18-month-old. Jeez, that's terrible. But, yeah. Aw, Sally. Her name was Penelope. That's a sweet name. Sherry said, thank you. He is now a wonderful father of 3. Oh, that's awesome. That's so great. I love to hear happy endings. Not happy ending, but you know what I mean, a happy story. So that's good. Especially when you have a kid that has been sick as a kid, but they're an adult now and they're doing better. So, and my son had a similar situation with like breathing issues and stuff, asthma and a collapsed lung and stuff, and now you would never even know it. So I love that. So Sally said $300 a month. Yeah, that's expensive. I feel for you. I totally feel for you. I go through a lot with my beagle Roxy, who has Cushing's, and her medicine is pretty expensive every month, and then her testing, she has to be tested like every time her dose has to be increased. She has to be tested every 2 weeks, then it's every 3 weeks, then it's every month, then it's every 8 weeks, and then it's a lot, and each test is $250. So we're back at where I'm getting ready to find out what her test results were from Thursday, to probably having it increased again. So I'll be taking her back in 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks, and then another 4 weeks, and it just gets to be so expensive what you do for your pets, because they're like your family. You know, it's like, what can I give up for myself to make sure I can provide for them to keep them healthy? You know, there was a time for a while there, John and I didn't even have health insurance. We didn't. I was spending so much on animals and stuff, and we were fine, that I was like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll just pay out of pocket, you know, if we have it put away, we can just pay out of pocket. And then it was like, you know what? No, I think it's time we need to get it and be responsible and get it. But we went for years without it. And I was okay with it because I felt like we're fine. We're getting by, we're okay. But it was the right thing to do, and I'm glad that we did. But it's for your animals, you'll do anything, but for yourself, it's like you'll, you know, put yourself last. And I couldn't keep doing that. You know, it wasn't fair to John, especially when he has to be on medicine every month and stuff. And you know, if something were to happen and he had to go to the hospital because he had a heart attack or something, that would have been bad. So I'm just glad that we decided to get it and just say we have it. But anyways, well, yeah. You guys, I think I'm gonna have to cut it off now, just because it's getting late. Tomorrow's Monday, and Monday is always a very busy day for us with packing orders and everything. So, and it's been a really long weekend for me. It's been very long, very good, except for, you know, the bad moment that I had in the poor little kitty. But I told John tonight I wanted to get on here and do a live stream because I feel like it's my therapy. I get to be with my cat people, and y'all will understand. So thanks for listening and participating and chatting and everything. And Sherry, I still have your email. I will get in touch with you. I'll try to give you a notice, like, because I have to have a schedule of when I do things and go places and stuff, and I would be just as respectful to other people's time as well. But I do want to get together and go to that cat cafe. I'm just not sure if I want to plan September, but I might not be able to. It might have to be October, to be honest. Started looking at everything going on in September that I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to have a weekend in September. But I really want to go. that's going to be awesome. We'll have fun. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll go and hang out and play with the cats and, make it to where we're helping that business stay open a little longer. Hopefully, maybe even if it's just getting, a snack or something, it helps benefit them, right? I'd rather do that than go to somewhere that doesn't do something nice like that for cats. So anyway, it was great hanging out with all of you guys, and I appreciate you, and thank you to everybody. Thank you, Sherry, for donating to my GoFundMe. I just saw that because I wasn't paying attention to the GoFundMe. I guess after the live stream Friday night, I got so many notifications and stuff, I pushed the clear, and it just completely wiped out all of my notifications. So I didn't see it until I went on there today, and I was like, oh, thank you, Sherry. So I see James Green came in. I just wanted to say hey before I said goodbye. But everybody have a wonderful week this week, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. Bye. Let's see. Uh-oh.